ಯುನೈಟೆಡ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾவை LIC.
Good evening, my dear friends. Every Saturday we are going to have a Saturday expert talk. So in this series we are going to have a very special guest with us today. So here the main aim of this Saturday expert talk is to give our agents community and other people and customers in common, LIC customers in common, what is best for insurance community, as well as just a second. Can you all please mute? My dear friends, the intention of this Saturday expert talk is to bring experts from various fields to give some insight towards their profession, and then how it is very important to each one of us. At the same time, we can also take their expertise and then take their suggestion into our business, incorporate it and develop our own business. So we have been, throughout these 6 days, we are working towards only our business, that is life insurance, and then the financial management we have been talking. But at the same time, the idea, if we bring some other people from different profession altogether and then experts from altogether, they can give their perspective as our guest, Mr. Daniel Shanth Kumar. He has got an expertise of around 29 years, then 15 years in Indian Navy, and then submariner for more than 14 years. And he is also a war veteran, and then he has served as a international security organization as a consultant, as a business continuity specialist, and now also he is employed with one of the renowned organization, multinational organization, as a consultant. Today I am going to invite him and talk to us about his profession first. So what he has been doing. Welcome to Daniel Shanth Kumar. You can just turn on your camera and then introduce yourself.
Yeah, good evening, gentlemen. It's a privilege that
can you
I'm
please
being
turn
here.
on your camera, please?
My camera is on, Prasanth.
I think your camera is yeah.
It will take some time, the lag.
Okay. The spotlight. Yeah, fantastic. You are good to go.
Yeah. Thank you, gentlemen, and very good evening to you, and a happy Saturday. And thank you for joining, and thank you, Prasanth, for calling me in for this expert talk, and thank you for this quick introduction also. Without much wasting of the time, and as he has already introduced about my career and my profession, today it's basically the agenda for today's talk would be on the business continuity simplified. So most of you would be knowing that business continuity, you call it as BCP. Now, this would be relating to us on our daily business, especially when you are into your LIC, as well as into your home. So home is also an organization where we usually miss it out. So to start with, when we usually say business continuity, they don't usually use it as business continuity. They just call it as BCP. So first of all, I want to just clear this meaning or this definition, what you call as business BCP. So BCP can be either your business a plan, or it comes with a policy or a procedure. So this is always related to an ISO standard called as 223012019. So that is on the international standards which we meet. But when I myself moved into the standard and applying it, of course, brought in a lot of changes over the thought process of self, not only as an organization, but always you should consider that your home is the first organization and that is your base camp. So to give you a quick introduction, what business continuity is. So for most of us today, it is business as usual, carrying out our daily task at work and managing projects, right? However, there are emergencies that can happen at a time, especially when you least expect. So when you say that an incident, so there are multiple incidents. So when I say that an incident, broadly when we classify an incident, you would be thinking about, a financial crisis, or it should be a natural. So to be very clear on the classification of an incident, what could you
May I interrupt you, Shanth
yeah,
Kumar? Yeah.
yeah.
See, basically, business continuity means whether or not any external or internal disturbance to the business.
Yes.
Like we have seen in Corona, and we have seen natural calamities like Bangalore. Recently, we have seen flooding. Last year, we have seen severe flooding, and then we have seen some earthquake in many parts of the world, like in Turkey. We have seen very recently. Turkey, nowadays it's called Turkey. So in that case, this business continuity, what is that plan is? What is that? I mean to say, even if it happens, business should continue. If I'm not, if I'm, please correct me if I'm
Yes.
not wrong.
Yes, you're absolutely right.
Okay.
That I would come to the last part of it, called as resilience. So there are certain terms which I would like to bring in and correlate with how you would, bring in the international standards, the organization, on how you would organize your own home. So the main agenda would be, linking your life, your home, considering it in a bigger aspect, how the businesses are done. So there are three things where I would say an event could happen or incident can happen. One is technological based. Now we have the other one is man-made, which is Corona, which you rightly said. The other one is natural. So we would like to take this in three different aspects under which you can classify it. So always I would say, when you are doing a analysis of what could go wrong, I would like you to take into only these three broad aspects. So we did have natural, which is Corona. The technological based crisis could happen anytime, and natural, that happens very often.
Mr. Daniel, how do you mitigate? See, these are all the eventualities do happen. How do you mitigate in the case of eventuality in the business continuity plan? Like earthquake. So no matter seismic proof building is there, people may not come to office, even if it is seismic proof, right? Even if it is flood is there, flood protection, people will not come to office. Then there is a financial loss to the organization. So how would you prevent it?
See, the most economical way of you having a backup. So business continuity is backup, and in the forces, we always have backup to a backup. That is called war reserve. So one of the best and the most economical way of you planning your business is adapt to work from anywhere, not having your office as your base camp. So this Corona has taught us that dependability on the technology, and reducing the dependability on the physical location. So that would be one of the best way of taking your alternative way. However, for technological reasons, we would have something called as a DR, disaster recovery sites. These are very much important when it comes to your databases, and you can have those in your technological aspects. Only technological aspects where your data are sitting in, they require a DR sites, but your planning should be work from anywhere, the capability of working from anywhere. That is having a good internet connectivity and the accessibility to people. I hope that has answered your question.
Okay, fantastic. See, in that case, the risk management, what is the difference between the BCP and risk management?
So
Risk
risk
management.
management, I would come in lately. First, let me tell you when this risk management would come. So we could not jump into the gun. So there are procedures. So when I talk about business continuity, so I said business continuity is a management system. It identifies responding to threats that may impact delivery of product and services by a business unit. So business unit is not only your official thing, even your day-to-day life, even getting your groceries. And it ensures the continuity of business operation at a predetermined time. So if you have to get a milk in the morning 6 o'clock, you have to have an alternative option that milk is available. So what you do is you collect your milk for 3 days and you replace it on the a day before. So that is how you have your business continuity both at your office as well as at your home.
Okay, fantastic. Now, I would like to ask you how we can relate it to. So, how you are selling this BCP as well as risk management to the organization, because the organization is always an ROI based organization, return
Yeah.
on investment. So you might
Yes.
be investing lot of money on BCP and then risk management infrastructure put together. So you are also a salesman kind of a person, like we are an insurance agent, right? So you are selling BCP and risk management to the organizations, we are selling to the individual. So I think we both are in same boat. And then how do you sell this one to people so that our people can put the gravity of the situation to our customers like you? So
Yes, Prasad, you always are insistent as a insurance agent, like, looking into ROI. Of course, but again, I would like to emphasize it is BC, business continuity, not B.
okay,
So that's a terminology where people use BCP because there are two things in the balance of a business. It is business continuity, that is protocol, whether it has been implemented, or BAU, business as usual. So these are the only two. So when you say business continuity, is what stage you are doing it. Are you having the implementation of the business continuity? So that is how it comes. So whenever you broadly get into a business continuity, we would say there are 10 laws, the 10 commandments. So I just like to relate how the standard and how you can apply it to your day-to-day life. So the first three clause, that is 1, 2, 3, basically gives you a definition, what and where and how the definitions are. The clause number 4 goes to something called as context of an organization. If you want, you can make a note and maybe refer later on. So when you say about context of an organization, it is three people who are involved: your internal, your external, and the needs and expectation of the interested party. So internal could be your family, your own employees, your targets. External is again who all you are dependent on. That is your vendors, your bank, and all that. And interested parties can be within your or the outside. So when I call about the interested parties, again, what is your family? What is your wife? What is your kid? What is your boss expecting from you? So when you talk about ROI, first you need to meet and understand the needs and expectation, what they are expecting from you. So when you want to sell, you don't sell what you have. You need to understand what they want to buy. Have I answered your question, Prasad?
yeah. So again, I would like to insist, how do you see in practicality the people, those who are in business making decisions, see this BCP and risk management? I hope you would also face the same resistance and rejections what you are facing in order to
Yes.
have.
Have
So
you
how do you
identified?
overcome that? How do you overcome that? How do you sell this BCP and risk management to the organizations? Like
The problem is, most of you do is you do not identify the needs and expectations. That is where the failure is. Have you listed out? You always insist, or you have targets and you always go into meeting the targets. But have you ever thought why you have failed? Is because you have not done your homework on understanding the needs and expectation of the interested parties. Now, when I talk about my our own family, and when we go about insurance, how many of you have really actually thought that we really need an insurance? Maybe a medical insurance, or maybe a financial deposition. We have not, unless lately, I know when I interacted with you, I have taken the policy very lately, but still understanding and making the right, identifying the issues at a particular time. I'll tell you, when I go to the later part of it, when you identify the risk, and how do you identify the risk? Okay. So next, the clause number 5, again, it says the leadership. Now you are the leader, both at your home, at your work. So the commitment is where it stands for. How have you committed? How have you identified your roles and responsibilities? How have you planned to execute? Then goes to the clause number 6, that is planning. Have you planned? Have you written a plan? Do you have a daily agenda, what you are going to do, what you are going to achieve? So here is where you have something called as the commitment of what you will be doing for the day and how you will be executing it. So that is where we call it as, the commitment of the leadership, that is your individual. So do you have an objective? That is the most important part. And how are you going to reach your objective, a plan for your objective, and end of the day, do you have a matrix, how you are going to measure it? Today's target have you reached? So that is where the planning comes into place. Yeah. So next, the clause number 7 goes to support. Now, it's a teamwork. It's not an individual. So have jotted down the support for the days of execution? Who all will be connected? How will you be going? So that is where the support comes in. So when I talk about the support, a plan can have a structured approach to dealing with a disruptive situation and impact key business operations. So every day you are facing a business continuity challenges, but have you converted your business continuity challenges into a business as usual? You can ask yourself every day.
So as a novice, sorry to interrupt you. As a novice, may I understand that supposing if a person, supposing what is the incident? The first question you said, first point you said about the incidents. So what is the probability of incidents happening in a factory or in a software company or in any data center? So incident happening, you would arrive to some ratio with the past experience. Similarly, we can also use that clause, like incident clause, to how many people are getting killed in accident, how many people are getting maimed into some industrial accident, how many people are how many families are got affected because of lack of insurance. So can we relate both these two, like in a risk management?
Yes.
Yeah. So can you elaborate on this by comparing these two, because you are a better person, you have got a lot of experience.
I will be able to explain to you on the next clause, which tells that the operation part.
Can you just give some examples where you have had any such incident? You have narrated the previous incident and then you have asked the company to invest on it.
It's not an investment, it is a planning. How you do it. We only do the guidance, but it depends upon you, because here, me as a consultant, I give you the directives, I give you the framework.
Can you give me any example, sir? Any example?
Yeah. So let me give you an example. When I come to the clause number 8, operation of business impact analysis. So when we talk about business continuity, it works on the main frame, like the Clark's table. It is called the business impact analysis and risk assessment. These are the two things which you have to do. So when I talk about business impact analysis, it deals with two terms. Actually, there are 4 terms, but I just want to narrate give you a highlight since I'm talking about the business continuity and how it is used in an organization. And this is since it is simplified. I use two terms called as MAO and RTO. So I'm not using jargons, but I'm trying to make you understand what these are.
Daniel, sorry to interrupt you. Can you give any example, a live example?
Yeah, I would give you. I'll give you. I will connect you to that. So when I talk about maximum acceptable outage, MAO, it is the maximum time a business can afford to be down after a disaster. Let me repeat. It is the maximum time a business can afford to be down after a disaster. The next level is RTO, that is recovery time objective. So it is the maximum time that an organization or an individual you take to resume your business operation after disaster. So you understand these are the two left side and right side. Now, when I talk about MAO in our practicality life, we are all born, but the date of MAO is not known. So on the broader aspect of average human thinking and living and aspects, I would like to suggest everybody to take this RTO, recovery time objective, and MAO into your life's experience, first into your family. So an average today, you see, sorry if I'm blunt, but we would say that, 40 years is guarantee, 50 years is warranty, after 50 years is extended warranty, or you can tell it as bonus. You agree with me, Prasad?
Yeah, somewhat.
Yeah, so that's why I want to bring this business continuity and this product into life's reality. Okay. So when I say MAO, it is 50 years. Mm-hmm. When I say RTO, it is 40 years. Again, since I'm into occupational health and safety practitioner also, we are all born with a pH, that is potential of hydrogen in our body, right when we are born. We are born with a pH of 7.365. That is the value of the blood, of the alkalinity in our blood. But why a person dies? When your blood loses its alkalinity beyond 6.5 MAO, you die. So that 6.5 is not coming along with your age. So I would give an example why people die at 40 years is one of the reasons your alkalinity drops in. That would be one of the reasons. Okay, so what I would suggest and bring into real life of planning into their life is at the age of 40, you should start doing your financial planning, like getting into insurance policies, getting into your family's insurance policy and health. Because most of you are working in a corporate. I'm all working in a corporate. It has been taken care. I have around 10 lakhs my insurance policy. How long will the corporate support you? Now, at the age 40, when I said as my RTO, recovery time, where you would start understanding and realizing, not late to realize, but when I say about this year of 40, it is where you should be planning for what you would do 50 at the age between 50, because it is very difficult, as you all been into this insurance policy, that if you have any medical disability, you would not be able to get an insurance. Correct me if I'm wrong, most of you.
Yeah.
So you have to plan. Yeah. So at the age of 40, when you are prime and health, even a small thing like diabetes, if you are detected at the age of 40, then it is very, very, very difficult for you to continue. And after 60, when you are retired, again, it becomes a problem getting your insurance policy. So that is what I want to relate this to your profession, that do not think that this is a kind of expenditure. Think it is a long-term investment at the age of 40. So I hope I have related this MAO RTO to life's reality, Prasad.
Yeah.
So I would really suggest people to have your business continuity done at the age of 40. And people who are thinking at 50, I say it's too late.
I hope the crux of this interview is you have hit the nail, because this is where I wanted to come. So as business continuity, as risk management is important to the industry, a similar way, as a individual, because the person, those who are in 40, 50s and 60s are the prime years, prime earning years with lot of liabilities and then responsibilities. People often tend to forget their financial planning, especially insurance and medical insurance. So that is the kind of inference I am getting from you, from this business continuity and then your risk management. And still, I will ask you as an interviewer, I would like to ask you, what is one or two examples where you have seen disasters? We have seen Middle East also, how they have mitigated it. So I'd like to have my viewers to know how they have managed it, what all the lacunae of, even if there are any planning. That is the second part of question, is that if at all this had happened, what would be the cost of not planning in advance? That was the question I would like to ask.
Yeah.
That is the
So
question.
I would definitely answer this not in a business perspective, because I'm not here to talk in an organization. I'm here to talk as a occupational health and safety practitioner and individual, because we are almost 50 over here. So with respect to my organization, always I would suggest there are three things you have to plan. Every individual, let it be yourself, let it be your spouse, let it be your kid. What will I do prior to a disaster? And what is my action during a disaster? And what will happen after disaster? So the leader, that is you, should always plan how your family is going to handle it after a disaster. So for that, there would be 5 questions. First of all, I said to have a effective business continuity, first you should recognize the crisis symptoms and early supports during the challenges time. So one of the challenging time was our corona. Most of them were working, and how we as an organization was able to do is we learned to work from anywhere. A best example now, the normal way of working is, supposing there is a flood at Bangalore. So what you do, you evacuate the whole team and you go to Chennai, right? Now, you need to plan the logistics. You need at least 24 for recovery. But what we have done is just switch on and switch off method. So if Prasad is not there, you need to have your backup. Who is your standby? And that should be cascaded to all your needs and expectation to your client. So it's not a person driven, it should be a system driven, where the brand of yours stands. So even if tomorrow Prashant is not there, who is going to take up? So creating a backup during the crisis is very, very important. And not only creating a backup, as well as cascading to your clients is the most important thing. And next is preventing you from making a hasty and impulsive decision in a disaster scenario. So everybody has, as I've seen most of your videos, before March 31st, everybody makes hasty decisions. That you should avoid. So you should plan your action prior, during, and after, not on the 20th of March, but well before that, because most of you have this problem of drastic income cut after January. So that is where you yourself are leading into a business continuity practically in your home. I'm just trying to talk only on the focus of your home and our organization. And if you plan this, it helps you efficiently execute daily business tasks without any interruption. Now, I think I have answered everything, but usually there are 5 things: who, why, where, and what. So all these 5 things I've answered. For the solution, I think how is the people who are sitting in this, they'll be able to share the policies, the procedures, and how they can mitigate the risk. I think I have concluded my session. Any questions you can ask me.
So it's an excellent interview with you. You have connected your basic business continuity planning and risk management, and then what all the founding pillars, that is the basic pillars of business continuity, 7 clauses you have explained to us very beautifully. And then you have also related to us how business continuity has got a, I just forgot this. I could only recollect what he said is what is the guarantee period, what is the warranty period, thereafter beyond warranty period. So like 40, 50 and then 60 and beyond. So what one should do during that time, and what I assume that during this period one should not shy away from making investment on it. So because the more than the return on investment, more the presumable potential loss for not planning is very high in the business as well as in the personal life. So I think this is what I understood from your excellent interview with you. So thank you for joining with us in the short notice. I would like to any of the persons any of the persons which wish to question our guest, they can come forward and talk to our guest. And thank you very much, Daniel, for having with you.
It's a pleasure.
Some time. Just a second. For the YouTube viewers, I thank you so much for joining with us, and we will conclude with this like this interaction with the experts. We will come back with every week with a different specialist, and we will talk to them. We will try to understand people of various category, various people. Do join us every Saturday around 7:10 p.m. We will start at 7. After everyone joining, we will start live streaming 7:10 p.m. to 7:40 p.m. every Saturday. Please do join us so that our people, those who are coming. Last week we had a discussion with a chartered accountant of cash flow management, and next week, this week we have talked to our specialist expert in business continuity and risk management. Then coming week we will also come up with an interesting topic, and which will also related to personal finance. So do join us. Till then, bye bye. Please don't forget to subscribe, comment and share. Thank you very much. Bye bye.